Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're gonna be flying all the way from Vienna in Austria to to ba- to Bahrain International Airport. Yeah, International Airport. The local time here in Vienna is about 1:15. Yeah, it's about about 1 o'clock, about 1:15 p.m., meaning 1:15 in the afternoon. So now I'm just getting the plane ready for the flight, and we're not just stopping in Bahrain. Actually, we're actually going all the way from here in Vienna, and we're going starting here in Vienna, Austria, and going all the way to Bahrain International Airport, and then we're gonna just have a little break there, and we're gonna be going all the way down to Singapore Changi International. So basically, we can say this is the longest journey I've done on an infinite flight in my channel so far. But one thing is that it's with the stop. So technically, yeah. So and now the expected flight time for the first leg of the flight is expected to be around 5 hours, I think, about 5.5 hours, if I'm not wrong, back here. I think, yeah, about 5 hours would be the expected time frame for this flight, but it can vary, but yeah. But without further ado, let's start taxiing out of the apron, and let's slowly start heading towards the runway, which is actually not too far from here to taxi. So let's start. Okay, then we'll start. So firstly, before we get our engines on, let's check the fuel levels. Okay, sounds like I have enough fuel, and let's reduce some passengers a bit now. That's great. Now let's decrease some weight off the plane. Now I'll disconnect all these services and slowly put on my nav lights. I'll start putting on our lights slowly. To run. Yeah. No, don't. Nope. No, my God. I put those on only on the runway. We have the beacon lights. So, and those lights as well. Alright. Right, only strobe lights have to be kept like that. So, so let's start the engines up. Before that, seat belts as always. And okay, once the engines start, we're out of this apron. I'll resume recording. Okay. Okay. So we're we're moving. So we are moving, and the engines are slowly starting now. Alright, so we're moving. Okay, let's position the plane onto a taxiway. Alright guys, so we are on the taxiway right now. I just gotta, okay, we're on the taxiway right now. We're gonna be moving very soon. We're gonna start moving towards the runway, and yeah, so that is for it. So let me start moving towards the runway. Right. Okay. And I'll resume recording when we're reaching the runway. Alright guys, so okay, we're reaching the runway pretty close. Just gonna turn in, and yeah, that's it. And guys, just to tell you something, prepare for takeoff. We're already gonna enter the run. I mean, I've put on strobes already, yeah. And the strobe lights will be kept on until I vacate the runway in Bahrain. So they got to be on basically the whole flight. Okay, we're on the runway. Give you a tower view of the takeoff. So now I can do commentary and you guys can also see it. So here we go. Isn't this? Tell me what you guys think about this 787-9 takeoff from the takeoff from the comments. What do you think about it? Tell me what your thoughts. Damn. Okay, guys, I just set the clouds a little lower than us that now that we're in the air. And guys, I hope you saw. I hope you saw that the part where literally the plane was going a bit out of control. Well, luckily I did swoop everything back into control, and I managed to reach cruising altitude, and the plane is flying safely now, and I could switch off the seatbelt sign. That's basically the seatbelt sign. If it's on, it's not because people are inside. It's basically the fact that I gotta be monitoring the plane at this time, and I can't leave this spot. So technically that is the thing about the seatbelt sign, but it's just there because I think in normal planes they can. So yeah, alright. So we're about 25 minutes into the flight. It's gonna be 25, and we've just left Vienna. Have about 3 hours 53 minutes left to reach Bahrain. So this flight was about 4.5 hours. So I was indeed right, I guess. So now, guys, I thought now would be a great announcement to make some announcements. I hope that the plane's noise is not interfering, and I hope you guys can hear me properly. Well, I'll just start making these announcements. So firstly, if you didn't read my post about me starting my uploads, I did also mention that there'll be a new schedule of uploads. So that'll be Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and today is a Tuesday. So yeah, I am uploading today. But for tomorrow, which is Wednesday, the 24th of September 25, sadly I am not going to be uploading any videos, and maybe about some shots could be, but for a full gaming video will not be uploaded. And this schedule will be always permanent, and it's not going to be changed anytime soon unless there is some circumstances in which I have to change it. But as of now, there is no like decision which I'll be taking to change it. But this is actually because there have been more videos been produced on the channel, and there's like too many of them. I mean, I don't want to stop making videos, but I mean, I want to limit this because it's not because I can't make this my full-time thing. So technically, yeah. And this 3 times a week schedule and will be initiated, and I will try my best to be able to upload more on this channel. And I was so sorry that I had to go away for like 5-6 months just because apparently there was a problem with my iPad. And yes, there was a problem with it. There was a data issue. Luckily I could restore all the old data back and have the subscription back, and I could come back and make new videos again. If not, it would have all been a big mess, and it would have taken me very long to be able to get all my old data back and basically start. Yeah, so I'll see. I'll catch you. I'll catch you guys. So yeah, that is for it, and I'll catch you guys. I mean, I won't catch you guys later. I mean, not later. I mean, yes. So yeah. Now we'll continue heading towards Bahrain International, and then we'll continue our journey onwards to Singapore Changi International Airport. This flight is also about a 4 or 5 hour flight, but the next flight from to Singapore will be about a bare minimum of about 6 hours. The bare minimum is 6 hours, but it could go up to 7.5 or maybe 8 hours in some cases. But that is at least going to be more than 5 hours. So yeah, and by the way, guys, check out this magnificent view of the Alps just from our plane here. Are these the Alps? No, wait, sorry. These are not the Alps. I'm in Romania. Sorry, it's not the Alps. Okay, these are not the Alps. These are not the Alps. Please don't come telling me that these are not the Alps. These aren't the Alps. Because if we were in the Alps, then we would be somewhere in Switzerland or somewhere, or in Germany or in France. But we're in Romania. So yeah, I don't think the Alps extend up to Romania. So yeah, okay guys, so that's for it. Yeah, okay guys, so giving you a quick update about the flight to Bahrain. So right now we are actually left Europe right now. Just left Europe. But yeah, we just left Europe, and we're soon gonna start. We're gonna enter. Yeah, yeah, we're already entered. We're practically entered. We're gonna soon enter Turkish airspace, and yeah, we're soon gonna enter. We're gonna start flying over Turkey right now, and we'll fly over Syria. Then wait, is this Syria? No, 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 I'm not sure. I don't think. No, think no, 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 no. This is Iraq, and then from Iraq, and then fly over Kuwait, and then a little bit over over the not the Persian Gulf, yeah, and then we'll prepare for arrival into Bahrain. So the thing is that we're gonna enter Turkey. We're gonna be flying over Turkey very soon, and that we've left European airspace. Yeah. Okay, guys. So the sun is slowly setting here. It's about it's about five. It's gonna be five. It's about 5:35 p.m. here. Yeah, but the current position is about 5:30 in the evening. So yeah, the sun is slowly setting. We're about almost 2 hours into the flight. Almost 2 hours. Yeah, almost 2 hours. Yeah, 1 hour 55 minutes since departure from Vienna. The sun is slowly setting. Alright guys, so it's the sun is completely, it's almost dark right now. The plane's lights are visible, all the the beacon lights on the tail and the wing lights, all are visible. The strobe lights and the nav lights are all visible. But I'll give you an update on the flight's progress. So let me just head to the map. So here it's given, yeah, so it says that there's about 1 hour and 50 minutes remaining for the flight, and we're about almost 2.5 hours into the flight. So we're gonna soon be leaving Turkish airspace, and yeah, we'll be leaving Turkish airspace, and I think by that point it'll be completely dark by that time. Local time at the current spot here in the simulator is about 7 o'clock, and 7:10, about 7 o'clock in the evening, and I think I'll be able to get back to you about the total flight time, about the arrival timings and the arrival timings, and yeah, I will be able to get back to you on details about the arrival pretty soon. I think it's not going to be that long until I can get to you with those, but not. But yeah, I hope you guys. But that's the thing for the arrival details. It's gonna cover. I will be able to calculate those pretty soon. But guys, just I want to tell you some guys. Okay, no, I want to ask you. I hope you guys could see the views which I was just filming there. I had to like resume recording and film that because those are pretty beautiful. Not gonna lie. Especially, I think Turkey is a nice country, isn't it? I think it's a nice country. I don't know. You guys can tell me about it in the comments, but I haven't been to Turkey. At least me. That is, yeah. That is what it is. So yeah. Okay then. All right. So have about an hour and 40 minutes. Flying over an airport in Iraq. Looks pretty big though. Pretty good. Pretty big. 2 runways. I don't know if it's in Iraq. Is it in Iraq? Yeah, we are in Iraq. Yeah, we are flying over. We are in Iraqi airspace. So yeah, I guess that is one of the airports in Iraq because yeah, it's Dana. Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, yeah, I'm right. I hope I'm right. You guys can correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. Okay. Alright, okay, and a little update about the flight. We're about 3 hours into the flight right now. We have just 1 hour and 10 minutes until we reach Bahrain, so it's not too long. but still, it's not that long. But still, we got some time until we reach Bahrain, and we got some time until we reach Bahrain. And yeah, this is Bahrain, and yeah, and I will get. And by the way, after this, I'll be getting back to you at the time of arrival whenever we start preparing for arrival. Okay, and guys, I will resume the recording when we are slowly starting. We are slowly gradually. We are making gradually preparing for arrival. So see you. So I'll pause recording for now. I don't want you to. I don't want to show you guys the boring part of the plane flying. Just the plane flying, and it's pretty dark. So there were no exciting views or anything. Even if there were, the visibility isn't very good. It's currently 7:50 at the current position here. So it's gonna be 8 o'clock. So it's obviously pretty dark outside. I mean, yeah, it's pretty dark. It's pretty dark. I mean, even the plane also is not very visible except for the lighting, except the nav lights and the strobe lights and the beacon lights. Except for these three lights blinking, the plane. Except for these three lights blinking, and there's pretty much nothing of the plane properly visible. Like the plane is somewhat visible, but from a distance it wouldn't be very clearly visible. But what makes the plane a bit visible is just these blinking lights on it. So that clearly shows how dark it is. And yeah, and even if there are any exciting views, and if I can see them, I will resume recording and show them to you guys. Okay, so I just spotted another airport just below me, and the lights are pretty bright, but doesn't look like a 3D airport to me, but I can't really see that detail right now. Well, little update about the flight from Vienna to Bahrain. The flight is, we are actually in Kuwaiti airspace right now. Just gonna exit Kuwait. Actually gonna fly a bit over Saudi airspace, like a few small, like little, no, actually it's a little Saudi, it's a tiny bit of Saudi airspace, Saudi Arabian airspace actually. And then we'll be flying over the Persian Gulf, very close to the coast, and then we'll have to prepare for arrival into Bahrain. So now actually is the time where we should start preparing for arrival. There's only about 25 minutes left in flight time according to this timer. Estimated, it's 26 minutes. So about 26 minutes, so actually 25, matter of fact. Yeah, it's 25. So about 25 minutes less, than there's only like 30 minutes to arrival. So we should start. Let's start our descent right now. I hope you guys could hear me that time. check these islands. Check this thing out. Isn't this cool? That does look cool, but it is. I think it's man-made. Yeah, it looks to be man-made islands. Yeah, I don't really know if they are man-made. Yeah. Alright guys, so now we'll be landing within a few minutes. We'll be landing in Bahrain International Airport. And yeah, we'll be arriving in Bahrain. We'll be arriving in Bahrain International Airport. And please, and by the way, guys, and I think we'll arrive at about 9 o'clock. By about 9 p.m. we should reach about Bahrain. So I expect the touchdown would be at about 9 o'clock. By the time we taxi to the arrival gate and everything, it'll be about 9 o'clock or 9:05 or maximum 9:10 or 9:15 p.m. So okay. Alright guys, so we're landing here. Okay. Let me switch off my strobe lights. Seatbelt sign will not be switched off until the plane has stopped at the gate. Alright, so strobe lights are switched off. Alright guys, so let me switch off my engines. Nav lights and beacon lights to be switched off. Oh my god, no. And park brakes on. Oh gosh, my battery is running low. I can break stomach. No. Switch these off. Oh my god, no smoking. Seatbelt sign off. And what is this? What happened? Oh, why did my engine switch off? Gosh. Oh god, sorry guys, I forgot to switch off the engines. Okay. By the way, I'll need to attach a pushback tug because I'm not going to be at this gate for long. Alright guys, so we have just arrived in Bahrain, and now we actually, okay, our journey is not yet over. We've arrived in Bahrain. Now we have to head all the way to Singapore, which is basically passing through the Arabian Sea, and then passing over India, and then over the Indian Ocean, and then we'll be going into the Malay Peninsula, and that's how the journey is going to go on. So that's basically all the major physical features of what I think what we'll be passing through for the journey from Bahrain, Singapore to Singapore. Yeah. Singapore Changi International Airport. So yeah, now I'm here in Bahrain International Airport, and now I think so now I'm here in Bahrain. Yeah, I'm here. So now let me set the flight plan to Singapore, the journey to Singapore, Changi International Airport. Replace current flight plan, confirm. Right. So as I said, the journey is gonna be much longer than it was from Vienna to from Vienna. Actually, it's gonna be much longer than the journey from Vienna to Bahrain. From Bahrain to Singapore, it's gonna be much longer because if you have a look at that number there, if it just it was showing about like just 2063, I think, when we were setting the flight plan from Vienna to Bahrain, and then from Bahrain to Singapore it's gone up to 3,419. I'm not sure what the full form of the N and the M is. Well, you guys can tell me in the comments, but I'll find that out later. But that is how long this journey is going to be. And as I said, we are passing through the Arabian Sea. We are flying over India. I can name the states. We are flying over Maharashtra, Karnataka, and I think this is Andhra Pradesh. And yeah, and then we're leaving we're leaving Indian airspace, and then we're actually passing by the Andaman and Nicobar Islands, which are also in India, which are also part of India, and this is also the Indian Ocean, if you guys didn't know. And then we won't be flying much over over this peninsula, over Malaysia. We'll just be going a little bit over Malaysia, and then we will enter the small country of Singapore, and enter one of the busiest, let's just say, the busiest airports in the world. I mean, not the busiest in the world, but I mean one of the biggest and the best airports I could think of, which is Singapore Changi. And if I'm not wrong, if I'm not incorrect, it did rank number 1, meaning the first rank in Skytrax Best Airport, and the first one in India to win a Skytrax award is VOBL's Terminal 2, actually Bangalore's new Terminal 2, so that is what it is. Like a little, and now let's not, I'm not going to talk too much, so I actually have my battery a bit low, so I gotta plug my tablet in, and I gotta get this plane moving, and this plane's not gonna move itself. So let's disconnect all the ground services. We'll start up our engines, and I'm zooming out of the plane when the engine is starting, because the engines make a lot of noise, and the problem is that you guys are not going to be able to hear my commentary. So that's the reason why I did that. I'm doing that actually. Yeah, so okay, that's there. Yeah. Okay, the ground, I've disconnected all of them. Okay, the ground services are still disconnecting. Okay, then I won't show this to you guys. Alright guys, so I am pushing the plane back from this gate, and I'll be taxiing to another gate to prepare for the departure of our next flight. And by the way, does this terminal have another side to it? No. Okay, guys. This one thing is there about this airport, about Bahrain International Airport. It's small, there are. I mean, it is a 3D airport, has all air bridges and everything, and has two air bridge gates. So this clearly shows that we can't really bring in an A380 into it, because A380 needs at least three aero bridges, or sky, I'm not sure what you call that, but that's basically those aero bridges. They need about three of them, so there are only two of them at each gate. So yeah, it's a bit sad about this airport. But as I am only on a Boeing 787-9, it really won't be much of a problem to us. This so just took us 4 hours to reach, 4.5, just 4 hours to reach this place. Okay then. Alright guys, so I have arrived at I've arrived at the gate which I'll be departing from. So I have taxied a bit, and yeah, I have set the flight plan, and now I'll just prepare for the plane for departure. So firstly, okay, it's 9 o'clock, it's 9:15 right now. So they have only 5 hours of fuel. I don't think that's gonna be enough, because this flight to Singapore will be at least more than 5 hours. It's gonna be more than 5 hours. That is for sure. So we'll keep it at about 7.5, maybe 8 hours fuel. Yeah, 8 hours of fuel. God, 8 hours of fuel, and yeah, the pass and everything's fine, right? Yeah. All right. Oh, let's make that. Okay. Okay, keep it this way. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Now it's all okay. That's all. That's all good. And I'll start taxing I'll start taxing in a few minutes. I'll start taxing in a few minutes. Yeah. Okay then. Okay. All right, guys. So now I can start. I'm gonna start pushing back now. And yeah. And guys, I'm just gonna show you how you can use the no, the auto pushback. So we're gonna do the auto pushback, and just click start to do it. Disconnect all the ground services. They're still disconnecting. So did it disconnect? Yeah, I disconnected all of them. Man, why did these things take so long to disconnect? Okay. Oh, sorry. Okay, so yeah, so I can continue my automatic pushback. So guys, I'm just showing you how. So I'm just showing you guys how you can use it. And actually, guys, if you guys like, you can use manual pushback or you can use auto pushback. It's any choice. It's your choice. I mean, I would prefer auto pushback because the manual pushback sometimes. I mean, I prefer auto, but actually, I would say manual pushback is better in one way. At least you can like know, you don't need like, it won't be like such a problem like how I was facing when adding putting it at which point. So yeah, now, well, one thing is that this thing will put the plane precisely on that spot, and then from there itself you can start moving towards the runway, which luckily for us is not too far. Actually, we're departing from the runway 12R. So we're departing the runway from the runway 12R. We're quite close to it. Matter of fact, we are quite close to it. It's right here, like right here, and it's quite close, and right here, and yeah, okay. Let's start moving. Our second our second Boeing 787-9 takeoff in one video. And this video is the second takeoff. Alright, so guys, I'm not gonna show you much of the footage of us climbing to the cruising altitude, as there's really much no exciting. I am showing you some part of it, but guys, there is really no much exciting views. It is pretty dark outside the aircraft, and it is gonna be 10 p.m. at the it's going to be 10 o'clock right now at the current position of what the plane is at. Local time is about 10 o'clock. Going to be 10 o'clock. It's about 9:50 p.m. right now. So in 10 minutes, it'll be 10 p.m. by now. So yeah, and 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 yeah, I'll get back to you guys when we're at cruising altitude. Okay. Alright, guys, so we have so now we've reached cruising altitude, and yeah, we've reached cruising altitude, and yeah, now, yeah, we've reached cruising altitude. I just switched off the seatbelt sign, and I'll do that one, and then after that I've just switched off the seatbelt sign. I said that, and yes, and yeah, and we have about 6 hours and 40 minutes until we reach Singapore. So as I said, guys, this flight is gonna be long. So yeah, it's gonna take a lot of time to reach Singapore. Well, this will happen a bit faster. So yeah, then that is there. So guys, we are almost an hour into the flight, we have just left the Middle East and we're flying over the Arabian Sea, and we have about 5 hours and 50 minutes, 50, 50, about 51 if I'm being exact here, to reach Singapore at Changi Airport. So we do have quite a long way to go. Alright guys, so now we are still flying over the Arabian Sea, but we're soon gonna enter Indian aerospace. We're gonna start flying over Maharashtra for a bit, then over Karnataka, and then over Andhra Pradesh, and we'll be flying over then we'll be again flying, and then after that we'll be passing again the Andaman and Nicobar, and as I said, we'll be flying a bit over Malaysia, and I think a little bit, yeah, we'll be passing by a little bit of Indonesia as well. So yeah, now we have we're about 4 hours into the flight. So, but I mean not 4 hours. I mean about just I think about just 2 hours. Yeah, about 2 hours or something into the flight, and we have about almost 4.5 hours left of flight time remaining until our arrival in Singapore Changi International Airport. And guys, as it is as it is in the middle of the night, it's actually like I think, yeah, it's like pretty dark outside right now. The sun will rise in probably an hour or two, but it's quite dark right now, and there's really no much exciting like views or something. It's just pretty much pitch black outside. It's actually I might see something or a little few physical features when we're flying over India, but if we're flying over if we're flying over the sea or something, if we're over over a water body or something like a sea like that, we're not gonna see anything. So yeah, and it's pretty dark outside. All I can see is just a little thing. All I can see is just the stars and just the blinking lights of the aircraft, and that's all I can see from this angle. I can't even see. I don't think I can even see. I don't think. I don't think I can see the coast of India. I cannot even. I cannot see a thing. I don't even know if how close am I to India yet. But yeah. So yeah, that's where. So in total, and we've been flying for almost we're having now, guys. In total, ever since from the moment we took off from Vienna, we have been flying for 7 hours of flight time is what we've got, and we still have 4.5 hours more to go. So I think this journey will take 12 hours or something, making this the making yeah we can say it's making this the longest video of my which I on my channel, which will be about 1 hour or something. And guys, I think the sun is slowly starting to rise. That's a good sign, as it's 5:30 a.m. at the current position over here. It's about 5:30 a.m. So it is a sign that the sun is rising slowly, but by the time I would have, but still, it's not. There is no much visibility at all. There's just some little like that light which you see in the sky when the sun is rising, and yeah, there's pretty much nothing else. I can't even see the coastline of India, although we're already in India. Actually, we're already in India, but I can barely see a thing from below. It's like so dark. I think only by 6 a.m. is where I might be able to see something. But yeah. Guys, look at this mesmerizing sunrise over India. And yeah, actually we can see something, and now I can finally see something below the plane now. And finally, it's about 5:45. It's a beautiful sunrise, or like a beautiful sunrise. And I think we'd probably reach Singapore by about 8 or 9 a.m. or 10 o'clock in the morning, or 11 a.m. max 12 p.m. But I think, yeah, but guys, actually, if you just calculate this one thing, it's been almost like, I think this journey would take, all in all, I think like 20 or 21 hours in total just by the flying time. But just imagine it as a passenger, like just going through the terminals and everything would just been 25 or 26 hours just to get to your destination. And by the time you go to your hotel and everything, it'll maybe at least 27 or 28 hours. That is a long time, and especially without many proper sleep or any proper supply of food. Especially, I mean, you do have some food in the plane or something, but yeah, it's quite travel, especially during when you're traveling in an airplane, which is especially going from to one side of the world to another side of the world. It's extremely tiring for the average person. I mean, average, many people do find it. Even I do, at least I do. Yeah. So yeah, and it's just 5:50 and the sun has completely risen. It's meaning the sunrise is almost complete. The sun is up, and now I can finally see something on the ground. Although there are full clouds, which actually the plane is above the clouds, but still I can still somewhat see some things of the ground. At least the visibility isn't that poor anymore. And we are flying. Yeah, we're flying over India. We'll soon cross into the Indian Ocean and fly over the Andaman and Nicobar Islands. Oof. We have about 3 hours and 50 minutes, almost 3 hours and 48 minutes, and 48 minutes to be exact. Yeah. So, yeah, that's what it is. Alright, guys, so now we are leaving Indian airspace right now. I mean, not in, I mean, we have left India. As you can see, the coast of the coast of India behind us, so you can say we're practically left. We're not flying over India anymore, and yeah, we've been flying for almost 8 hours by this point of the journey, and I think. And by this point, I think we have about, yeah, it's about 3 hours and 15 minutes remaining for the journey. 3 hours 13 minutes remaining for the journey. I mean, remember, yeah, we will reach Singapore quite soon. Before we know it, we'll be in Singapore. I wonder how long this flight's gonna be though. Okay. Alright, guys. So there's about 2 hours and 20 minutes left for, yeah, 2 hours 20 minutes left. Remaining flight time, and we've been flying for almost 9 hours. Total almost 9 hours. It's 8 hours and 59 minutes. Getting closer to Singapore, but we have like 2 hours and 20 minutes is what. Yeah, 2 hours and 20 minutes of flight time is remaining. This journey is long, and that you covering it literally in a whole video is exhausting enough. Well, one good thing is this a Boeing 7879 is a great aircraft for long haul journeys. I mean, if it's not a very big hub, you could take. Actually, they're very good planes for places where airports are not that big of hubs. But I think, yeah, and guys, I think, and guys, guys, I want to tell you guys something. This is the first time I've ever featured the Gulf Air's Boeing 787 9 yeah. Gulf Air's Boeing 787, the Boeing 787 for, yeah, this aircraft, the Gulf Air Boeing 787-9 has been, yeah, it's basically been featured on the channel for the very first time. So that's the thing, and the livery is actually pretty good, and especially the that birdie, the birdie on especially for the bird on the tail makes it look amazing. And you have the Bahraini flag on the back of it, and then you have it Gulf Air written in Arabic, which is the regional language of the whole Middle East, meaning all the UAE, Qatar, Saudi Arabia, Oman, all these countries usually they speak Arabic there. So it's a pretty clear reason why they've put the airline's name in English and Arabic as well. Alright, guys, so right now we have about 1:33, 1.5 hours until we arrive in Singapore. We're just flying over the Andaman and Nicobar Islands, which is part of India, and we'll be soon entering Malaysia and gradually preparing for arrival into Singapore. But right now it's only 1 hour and 30 minutes left until we reach Singapore. So yeah. Actually, you can see the little, and by the way, a little view of the Andaman and Nicobar Islands. I don't know if you guys can see it, but yeah, it's kind of cool. Some more Andaman and Nicobar Islands, I think. Yeah, they are Andaman. Yeah, these are the Andaman and Nicobar Islands. Yeah, they are. They're not something else, right? Yeah, this is some of the Andaman and Nicobar Islands of India. Flying over the Indian Ocean right now. Alright guys, so we have about an hour to reach Singapore, and we're actually approaching, we're very close to Indonesia right now, and we're very close to Indonesia. So guys, now there is, it's currently 10:51, gonna be 11 o'clock, sorry, 11 a.m. soon. At the current it's gonna be 11 a.m. soon, and we have less than an hour remaining to land. So about 50, about 45, by about 50, 45 minutes, I think. In 45 minutes is the time scale in which we'll arrive to Singapore, and it's right now 11 a.m. Right now, I think, yeah, the time, local time is about 11 a.m. Yeah, okay, it's going to be 11 o'clock. It's only 10:55, but I think we should arrive in Singapore like at about 11:30 a.m. or max 12 p.m. or the absolute max is 12 p.m. But that's what I'm thinking the estimated arrival time would be about 11:30 a.m. or about 12 to 12 p.m. or 12:10 p.m. also would be the estimated time of arrival. An estimated time upon arriving in Singapore, but by the time we touch down, it'll be about maybe 11:15 a.m. or 11:30 a.m. But by the time we taxi to the gate, it may become 11:45 a.m. or 11:50 or even 12 p.m. most, but that's the absolute max, I think. It's, yeah. So that's little details on the arrival in Singapore, and about the weather conditions in Singapore. The weather conditions are pretty fair and normal. They're normal weather conditions. Yeah, they're not too sure about the temperature, but it is there. Yeah, but it's pretty fair weather in Singapore, so shouldn't be much of a challenge for me to do the approach and the landing, which I won't show you guys the approach because it's just long and a weird boring part. Well, and I'll show you guys the landing clip of landing on the runway in Changi Airport, and yeah, we've been flying for almost 10 hours and 40 minutes. I mean, for 10 hours and 40 minutes, sorry. And we have about like 40 minutes to arrival. So, let me just start preparing the aircraft for arrival. So, first off, so I'm keeping my thing zoomed. By the way, guys, if you didn't know, okay, I'll just tell you this. Okay, I've told you why I'm keeping this thing zoomed in, because the plane makes way too much of noise. You guys can't hear me. So, firstly, let's start with increasing the flap. I mean, no, not increasing the flaps. Start slowly decreasing all our altitude until we get down. Start going lower and lower. Then that's gonna be. Okay, so we do have about 35 minutes to arrival. And yeah, now seatbelt signs are on. So that means it's time for us to start arrival to start preparing for our arrival into Singapore Changi International Airport. Guys, we have started our descent into Singapore. So guys, a little bit of an update about the flight. We are very close to Singapore Changi International Airport. I think, have we entered? Yeah, we've already entered Singapore. So yeah, we'll see you guys when we're landing. So guys, welcome to Singapore Changi International Airport. The local time here is about 12:40 p.m. in the afternoon, and we had a total flight time of about 11 hours and 28 minutes, all the way from Vienna to this place. And fun fact, this is the longest journey I've ever done on the channel in infinite flight. And this is the longest video on the channel, which is about 1 hour and 20 minutes. So I don't know I wonder how you guys are gonna watch it in one shot, but I did it in one full shot. Literally 2 full flights, 1 4-hour flight, and 1 6 or 7-hour flight. I managed to pull it off in one video. And although I am I am kind of exhausted right now, but I'm still gonna do the last part of this well. Okay, now let's taxi into the gate right now. So guys, this is the end of the video. I mean, I am ending the video here, obviously. Well, what else am I gonna do in the video? So now I'm ending the video here, and yeah. So this was been a long journey. We've been flying all the way from here in Europe and come all the way to Singapore Changi International Airport. We have been flying for over almost over 11 hours and 28 minutes. It's been over the longest trip I've done in this whole channel on Infinite Flight, and I've just covered it on a Boeing 787-9. which is of Gulf Air's livery, and I have, like, this is the first time I'm featuring it on my channel, so that's another thing. And I have been flying for so long that even my weight is that I have only 22% of load in my aircraft. There is only 1 hour 50 minutes of fuel remaining in it. Just 90 people are on it right now. I don't know where are the 90 people. Okay, and yeah, that's all is my fuel remain is the what fuel I have. I know when upon arrival at my final destination, so we could say so. And I am happy that I could pull this whole thing off in a single video. Although the video turned out to be extremely long, it was all worth it. It was in the end, and at the end of the day, it was all worth. And in the end of the day, it was all worth it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Do remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and tell me what you think about this video in the comments. And if I made any mistakes anyway, you could please correct me. And the way how I pronounced the Indian states that time, you could, and for those Indian states the way I pronounce them, you can feel free to criticize the way I'm pronouncing them, because I really not too good at pronouncing the Indian names in Indian states. So just bear with me, I'm trying to pronounce them correctly. Okay, then I will end the video here, and so thanks for watching, and bye, and see you soon in the next video.